Bop bop wee bop wop bamboo. Bop bop wee bop wop bamboo. Bop bop wee bop wop bamboo. Bop wee bop wop bamboo. Higurashi. Yep. Send and we go in here. I should check to see if my mic was good. Oh, jeez. Oh, all right. Yo, Hope, how are you? And welcome everyone who is here or will be here. Hope you guys are having an excellent time. We're going to mix it up a little bit with some more Higurashi When They Cry. Now we are on part 6 of chapter 1. I had zero idea it would be this long. Why am I here again at this time? I mean, I don't know, it's up to... It's your thing. I don't know why, but I mean, I appreciate you being here. If you get out of sleep, but I understand. But I mean, if you don't want to, at least you'll get to hear my sultry voice some anime girls as talk about murder and mystery and intrigue. Oops, drop my little cubie. Hope you're having a good time. Hope newly. I was trying to stream a little bit earlier, but I got go to hydrate redeem. Got a little distracted with Osu. So yeah, that happened. Alright. I'm just gonna start things off with a little, I think that was it right here. So last time we left off, it was I'm trying to let me think. We started off with a game, like a card game. We got our little rewards in, then we got punished at the end as per the motto. Got our ass whipped out of principal. What else? I guess a little bit more about the murders that happened, but other than that, nothing too new. I guess we'll see where this leads. Nothing too crazy's happened yet, but hopefully it'll get there. Or hopefully my voice is properly radioed up for some VA voice acting. A few days had passed since the incident. During that time, either Mion or was busy or Rika-chan had to help with the festival preparations, so he couldn't get everybody together for club activities. Even though I thought I would never want to participate again after the years it shaved off my life each time, not having it only made my heart grow fonder. I really am not honest with myself. Today, we finally had our club activities again. These weren't the same old club activities. It was called the Watanagashi 5 Demon Firefights. And it was one of the biggest events in the club. Kichi, does this yukata still fit you? That's another thing, I can't pronounce Japanese for shit. So forgive my butchering of it. Can you try it on for a second? Mom pulled out an old dusty yukata. Nah, I don't need a yukata. Those are embarrassing, so I'll just go in my normal clothes. But this is a festival. Wear it, okay? Any of the others had regular clothes are just fine. If I was the only one wearing the yukata, it'd be even more embarrassing. I put on the same old vest as usual. I'll be going with Rennie and the others, so you don't need to worry about me. Is that so? I'll be going with Dad when he wakes up. Dad let out a loud snort from the sofa. From how it looks, he must have pulled an all-nighter last night. He just finished sending in his main script, so he might not wake up for a while. It seems my dad writes for art magazines sometimes too. I've never read it though. Wonder if my dad is a really famous artist. Since his own son is saying something like that, I can't imagine he's selling all that well. But he's able to feed a family of 3, and my life isn't exactly full of hardships. It could be that he's some master painter, and I didn't know about it. Nope. Sorry. Kichi-kun, are you home? Uh-oh, it was already time. I didn't want them coming here, so I was planning on leaving early and waiting outside. I just got a light little get up on. Oh my, it's Rina-chan. Thank you for always looking after Kichi. Ma'am, he's also been looking out for... Why are you blushing just from meeting my mom? Don't get all flustered. It really doesn't feel right. Let's go, Reina. Since Reina would continue to space out if I left her here, I grabbed her hand and dragged her out. Reina-chan, look after Kichi for me. Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, God, I can never get the house right. Every time I try to, like, it feels a little cringy, but I'm just gonna power through it. Even if it means I must sacrifice myself. And why don't you do it right now? Jeez, a little rough. She waved back even as I was dragging her away. Where's Mion? Okay, Ki-chan. You hungry today? God, I forgot the voice I gave her. Guess I'll go low and sultry? I don't know. We'll take care of that at these stalls. You thought I'd let myself get full knowing the club activities will involve the stalls? Ha! Wouldn't have it any other way. Where are Rika-chan and Satoko? Are they already at the temple? Yep. Rika-chan's at the festival committee member. Rika-chan's a festival committee member after all. Satoko-chan is probably with her as well. God, I can't read for shit. I see. Alright. Let's make some noise today. Yeah. We're already in high spirits with just the 3 of us there. It was way more lively at the Farud Shrine than last time I came, far exceeding my expectations. Throngs of people were crammed between rows of market stalls lined with colorful paper lanterns. Despite that, it was actually quite enjoyable. There are sure lots of people here. I can't believe they all live in Hinamizawa. Everybody attends the Watanagashi. I think about half the villages here. It's not just that. Municipal and youth councils from neighboring towns and villages advertise the event as well. That's right. There aren't that many students at our school, but there are a lot of kids here today. It just doesn't feel like a festival unless there are kids running around after all. That's true, I agree. Hello and good evening. These 2 knew everybody we came across. Of course, I greeted them as well, but I still wasn't familiar with everybody yet. Oh, Reina-chan, thanks for the food you brought with me a while back. My son loved it. He said it was delicious, tremendous, spectacular, the best. It was nothing at all. I'm glad he liked it. Say hello to Kazuma-kun for me, please. Hey, if it isn't Sonozaki... Oh, Jesus Christ. Uju-chan. I'm in charge of a stand again this year, so make sure you come and visit. Pops, haven't you gotten fatter? You'll end up having a heart attack with a gut like that. Oh, this kid here is new. Are you one of her underclassmen? He's one of my members. An up-and-coming hopeful. If you cross him, he'll crush your stand in one night. You've got little Missy Seal of approval, I see. Hope he'll take it easy on me. As you could imagine, Mion was chatting away with the old guys running the stalls. Mi-chan is really energetic after all. She's really popular with the older men. Yeah, I bet. I think Rena's pretty popular too, being cute and all. That was, of course, so long as her little condition didn't flare up. But as long as she's blushing quietly, she's pretty cute. I'm popular with some people. Really? Really? With some people. Not all. Don't get your little ego up. I evaded giving her a straight answer by roughly tussling her hair. The stall keepers come all the way from town. It's not really a festival without them after all. So, we're going to mess with them now? I don't care what kind of match it is. I'm gonna win it. Oh yes, I'll try too. What kind of chicanery are you gonna be up to? Guys, Satsuko, gave her a Karen voice, I believe. Hey, you're all very late. It's not acceptable to keep a lady waiting, Kichi-san. Oh, my bad. So where's this lady I've kept waiting? Sick burn, dude. What did you just say? Alright, Satato was in top form as well. Seems she was all excited about being able to get everybody in the club together for the first time in a while. Whoa, Rika-chan, cute. Reina let out an elated sigh. It seemed that the real lady had made her appearance. There's Rika-chan. A nice little getup going. What was the voice? Because they're both, like, Reina and Rika-chan are both kind of the same, but kind of shy. Guess I'll go a little quieter. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Kichi as well. Whoa. Looking good. You're looking sharp again this year. Cute. Gonna take you home. Rika-chan was wearing a shrine maiden outfit. Yep. Reina's little outburst was completely understandable. Rika-chan's clothes sure look like the real deal. Is that a real shrine maiden outfit? My grandmother made them by hand. They're quite authentic. Rika-chan has an important task to do at the end of the festival, so she's wearing this. I see. Rika-chan was on an executive committee because she performed all the shrine maiden rituals for the festival. My work is only during the finale of the festival, so I can still play for a while. But we can't afford to waste any time. Let us begin. Alright. 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 What are we gonna be doing? Breaking some products, smashing some stands. It felt good to wander around the festival with just the 5 of us. Mion called everyone over to a stand that caught her attention and proposed a rather odd competition. Takoyaki eating race. Everyone has to buy their own. Ready? Go. As standard in vendor stalls, the takoyaki stand. What was especially standard for these kinds of events was the fact that they were only simple balls of dough, takoyaki in name only. It burns! Are you okay, Kichi-kun? Have some water. My. Eating those scalding takoyaki whole is suicide. I guess the trick is to buy the ready-made ones that have been left there for a while. They really don't taste good. The stall next to it was a shaved ice stand. It was still a bit too early in the season for that, but right then it didn't matter. Let us do shaved ice this time. It's a shaved ice eating race. Ready? Go. Shaved ice eating race? I can't. As long as you can melt it a bit with your body heat, then it's so cold. Not smart. The sold man ordered it with plenty of syrup. It'll melt quickly when it's mixed up. Those stooges were too late. The moment they chose to tackle it head on was their downfall. Whew. Finished. Okay, Kichi is done. Impossible. That was too fast. It couldn't be. Kichi-kun, you didn't add water from the goldfish tank behind you, did you? That can't taste very good. Next to that was another old favorite. Cotton candy stand. Why don't we use this one next? Of course, it's a speed eating contest. Hey, how do you eat cotton candy quickly? Good point. How? Oh, Satsuko's mark, Mion, Satsuko, and I all compress the cotton candy with our bare hands. It's pretty smart. The time it took to stick the whole thing in our mouths, 3 seconds. I expected Satsuko to figure it out, but I didn't think Kichi would too. Can't have you treating me like I'm a newbie forever, can I? It won't taste very good. Rika-chan had also crushed it between her hands and stuck it into her mouth. This is probably the only place in Japan where people eat cotton candy like this. I think only Renushed Cotton Candy was happy with how it was eaten. But it felt like we'd end up doing stuff like eat noodles through the nose contest or human water pump at the goldfish scoop at this rate things were going. This one, man, will probably still win too. Oh yeah, she also refers to herself as an old man too. I am simply no match for Mion-san when it comes to eating repulsive things. Yeah, seriously. What's up with you guys? Are you telling me you don't want to have a Blue Hawaii topped yakisoba eating contest? Shake, shake. Both Satsuko and I shook our heads in unison. Can we have the game that doesn't involve food this time? Can we? Rand's proposal was a godsend. It was about time we played a different type of game. It also seemed like neither Rena nor Rika-chan were any good at speed eating or gorging themselves. Okay, Rena, I'll let you pick up the next game. Anything is fine. Well then, I'm going to be the judge. Find cute things on the festival grounds. You have 1 minute. Fine by me. I know exactly what Rena likes. Alright. I think I can win with that. Ready? Go! Oh? Why aren't Kichi-kun and Rika-chan starting? Why not? Mion and Satsuko dash off madly, but Rika-chan and I calmly stayed right where we were. Could it be you've already found it? The Kyu thing? It's Rika-chan, isn't it? Smart. Looking big brain over here. We've already found it. Kichi too. Yeah. What is it? What is it? I can't wait. Both Rika-chan and I stood motionless for those few moments before Mion and Satsuko returned. This is probably the first time we've gone head to head like this. It will be the first. Rika-chan, you expect to win with that, huh? I am a member of this club as well. Win by any means is our society's third rule. Rika-chan sneered to the best of her ability. You're on. Both Mion and Satsuko came back, each with their own plan of attack stuffed in their arms. Okay then. Let's go in order. Let's start with the club president, Michan. Too bad, you guys. I'm ending this now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Getting the sound effects kind of jump scare me. This old man brought this. Where'd she get those? They were old, tin, diamond-shaped signs. Pleb curry, snake oil incense, and ornamency. How about this? That's very understated. A little too understated, Mion. I used to see those stuck up on a barbed wire fences. They were more nostalgic than cute. Can you explain what part of that is cute? There were puffs of smoke noisily shooting out of Rena's ears and nose, almost like a steam train. I didn't get it. I shall be up next. It is this. It was a hand-drawn poster from the latest Society roasted corn stall. It was a really bad sketch done by a housewife. An anthropomorphic roasted corn drawn without any sort of real plan. Its very existence invited a sense of sorrow to the viewer. It's a sort of like a DeviantArt-esque type of drawing, more or less. Beep. That was the sound of blood jutting out of Reina's nose. It seems to have been rated higher than Mion's. I really didn't get it. I feel as your artistic sense is a little avant-garde about 5 eons. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. Those were nothing but mass-produced signs after all. They had no chance against something hand-drawn. I couldn't even begin to follow the way those guys were thinking. Then I will be next. Next is Rika-chan, isn't it? What could you even do without anything? Did you and Satsuko both forget? If Rika-chan felt like it, she could simply... After moving back about 10 yards, she began waddling up to Reina. Seeing that, both Mion and Satsuko gasped. Oh no! Too late. Rika-chan tripped over nothing and lay motionless after falling down. Reina hurried over to her. Rika-chan, are you alright? Alright? Rika-chan had a lump on her forehead and tears welled up in her eyes. Only her fingers peeked out from her sleeves. This was the vital part. The palms of her hands were covered by her sleeves. She made a single sound. Mew. Hold on. Do the sad face. Mew. Oh, cute, cute, cute. Going to take you home. I'd completely forgotten that. The play I'd personally had to use. Reina's face went completely red, her head bobbing back and forth with excitement. She embraced Rika-chan and began rubbing her head against her cheek. Rubbing her cheek against her. I expected no less from her. Not a single element was overlooked. Lolly, Shrine Maiden, Brick of Crying, Mew. It was perfect. A simple trip, transcended into pure mo. Now this is what you call art. Ki-chan has a pretty weird definition of art. I'll just pretend the sharp sting of those words cutting through me like a razor was a figment of my imagination. Rika-chan turned her gaze to me with a daunting smile, and she was caressed by Reina, who was in full... Oh shit, hold on. Full cute mode, okay. Clicked a little bit too early. Now, Ki-chan, can you beat me? That cold smile is frightening, Rika-chan. It must just be my imagination, but I see a demon inside her sometimes. Ki-chan seems to have his own plan of attack. I wonder what he's going to show her. I also wish to observe the play Ki-chan-san will make. Could it be? Is Kichi also going to give a performance? I basked in their pointed stares. I pulled Reina, who gave no sign of canceling out of Kiyut mode, away from Rika-chan. How? Cute thing, cute thing. Kichi-kun, let's go. I'll show you something even cuter, so just hold on for now. Huh? Oh. Something even cuter? But it's a bit too crowded here. Let's go back there. Oh, shit. Let's go PG-13 for a moment. I don't know. Reina looked very surprised as I pulled up behind her shrine. I cannot fathom what Kichi-san could possibly be planning. This is Ki-chan after all. No, it couldn't be. Keep on fighting, yeah. After a bit, I returned. What'd you do? And a bit after that, so did Reina, dragging her feet. There's no way that scoundrel Ki-chan did something to innocent little Reina. Mion and Satsuko passed by me, head straight to Reina. What exactly did he do to you? For a moment, Reina was too dazed to realize someone was talking to her. Gasp. Oh, it's Michan. How? Reina! Oh, you're alright? Did Kichan do anything to you? No, he didn't do anything strange to me. Oh, this is quite severe. Exactly what did Kichi-san show you? Um, it was so cute. How cute. What did he show you, Reina? Reina let out a really long oh. Her eyes sparkled as she spoke. Cute, so cute. It was furry seal? Wait, what? Wham, whomp. I don't know if that's an innuendo for something. In the blink of an eye, Mion and Satsuko's elbow smashed into my face. Huh? How? What? What? Showing Rainy something so dirty. You sick pervert. Hold on, got mad face one. I'll have you beaten into oblivion. But wait, you got it all wrong. A dark billowing aura flowed from Mion and Satsuko. It was no good. They were gonna kill me. Michan, I'm not sure what's going on, but you got it all wrong. You see, Kichi-kun had... It's a fur seal keychain. Rika-chan stuck her hand into my pocket and pulled out my keychain. Eh? He said he made it long ago for one of his summer school assignments. He said he doesn't show it others often because it's embarrassing. Yeah, so small and cute. He tried his best to make it so wonderful. Oh. This old man thought you meant it was Kichan's cute little fur seal. First of all, it's not little. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I expect no less from Mion-san. You misconstrue things in the wildest ways. They slung insults at each other and looked like they were ready to tear into each other at any second. I beg of you, if I'm in the clear, would you mind getting off of me? Oh. You're interrupted by a flash of a camera. Oh, it's the Giga Chad. Hey guys. You all seem energetic as usual. It was Tomitaki-san. As I lay crumpled on the ground, Mion and Satsuko continued to bicker above me. Rika-chan was patting me on the head, and Rina was still in cute mode. It was probably quite a lively scene. It's a fine evening indeed, although it's rather poor etiquette to photograph a lady without permission. That's right, at least you don't really need Satsuko's permission. Satsuko dug her heel into me. Good evening. You're heading back tomorrow, aren't you? Were you able to take lots of good photos? Thanks to you. I've got plenty of good shots. I keep forgetting the voices. Tonight's the last we'll see old Tomitaki-sama, isn't it? It's such a shame. Hurry up and have your major breakout soon. They're just as rude as ever, aren't you? I really am sad I won't be able to hear that voice of yours for almost half a year. Be sure to have as much fun as you can tonight. You'll be back in Tokyo tomorrow after all. That's true. It'll be another 6 months until I can enjoy another night where I can see the stars. Tomitaki-san looked up at the night sky cheerfully. At that moment, even though he was smiling, I sensed a bit of sadness. Why don't you move here, Tomitaki-san? In Hinamizawa? Oh shit. Tomitaki-san was speechless. It's not very convenient here. No shops or recreational spots. There might not be anything really here, but you know. Everyone knew what I was trying to say. Tomitaki-san was also well aware. So Reina, Mion, Satsuko, and Rika-chan. None of them butted in. I've only been here for less than a month, so I don't really know everything about it. Normally I'm a really talkative guy, but in situations like this, I'm at a loss for words. Even though all this was happening in such a boisterous setting, I felt like all the background noise was fading into the distance. This place is probably... Tomitaki-san rested his hands on me, gently silencing me. Thank you, Kiichi-kun. Mion-chan and Rina-chan. Tatsuko and Rika-chan. Tomitaki-san's smile was so slight, looked as if it was going to crumble at any moment. But it was warm. I also think it would be great if I could live here. Those might have been cruel words coming from a kid who didn't need to worry about working to feed himself. Yeah, fair enough. A hand touched my back. It was Reina. Kiichi-kun, you shouldn't pick on adults. It's not nice. I wasn't picking on him. Background clamor of the festival returned. We won't be seeing him for a while after all. We need to make sure Tomitaki-san also enjoys tonight. When Reina smiled, the mood instantly got brighter. That's true. I'll think I'll do just that. Hey, Mi-chan. How about it? Can we let Tomitaki-san on our club activities? That's a great idea. Or so I thought, but Mion had a snobbish look in her face. One of the requirements for membership is residence in Namizawa, you see. Come on, Mi-chan. Just for today, don't be mean. Well, he does come around often every year. I'll make him honorary citizen. Whew, yay. Now then, I wonder if this aged fellow, well past his prime, will be a match for me. Let's have him show us the wisdom of a mature adult. Can you keep up with us youngins? Tomitaki-san stepped back slightly at our audacious grins. I, Mion Sonozaki, club president, do hereby authorize honorary citizen Tomitaki's entry into our club. Her words were quickly drowned out by our cheers. What do you mean by club? What our club does, you see. In order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities with various rules. Sometimes they are in your favor, and sometimes they work against you. I'm pretty weak, so I prefer you not single me out. Let's try to get along. If you wish to mock our childish games, then this will be a perfect opportunity. We'll leave you with nothing. We won't even leave the hairs on your butt. It's oddly specific, but okay. So, it's the club activities where we play games together. Of course, Rika-chan was the only one to give an answer that made sense. Alright, just what I wanted. I'll take you up on that challenge. Don't be too rough with me, my mentors. Tomitaki-san got riled up and did a victory pose like he was 10 years younger. That's perfect. We continued walking through the festival with Mion in the front. Now we looked like a family of 6. It had some intensity to it. Same rules as always, the loser will, of course, be subject to a penalty. Tomitaki-san was a bit surprised, but to us, it was just the same as always. Regardless of how terrible a penalty it was. Just don't lose. Reina was also brimming with determination. She didn't have any intention of losing. That's true. I tousled Reina's hair to lighten the mood. She giggled to hide her embarrassment. I see. This is what it means to feel like a kid again. Tomitaki-san whispered that to nobody in particular. At that moment, we heard an old man call out in a strong voice. Looking over, I realized it was the man Mion had greeted right before the festival. Who's this, bruh? You're here, little Miss Sonozaki. Seems you brought quite the crowd. We came to eradicate your entire stall. Oh, gonna let's fart. Oh my god. Sorry about that. This stall was a shooting gallery. It was a usual setup where you have to knock down the prize you wanted with a quirk gun. The rules are simple. 3 shots, the winner is whoever gets the biggest prize. Everybody shouted their agreement. There was no need to consider how to win, since the condition for victory was simply size. The biggest prize at the stall? I went without question. It was that one, wasn't it? Whoa, that teddy bear. Cute. Raina was gazing longingly at that large stuffed animal. It was intentionally placed on an unsteady platform, so it's possible to get it if you hit the right spot. It's magnificently set up to make someone think that. Not bad, Kichi-san. I figured you'd see through the scam instantly. The most logical course of action would be to aim for some candy or a doll. The intent analysis had already begun. In this club, you get eaten alive if you don't come prepared. Everything hinges on what plan you can come up with before the main event. At some point, a large crowd had gathered around us, making a big fuss. There was this much of a following for our club's infamous event? Knocking that bear down ensures a win. Only 3 shots. Oh, get back. Shit. Okay, here we go. Let's use them all just trying. That'd be rough. Hey, I have other customers waiting, you know. Who's up? Oh, hey, I have other customers waiting, you know. Who's up first? The first one had the advantage of being able to aim for the easier prizes, but it's dangerous to compete without knowing the gun's quirks. Tomitaki-san's take on the situation? Pretty good. He gets what our club's about. Well then, to be fair, how about using rock, paper, scissors to decide? How about it? That's really the only way. Rock, paper, scissors. After a couple of matches, it ended up with Mion being first. I didn't want to end up first. Ah well, I think of it as a handicap. Gramps, gun. Here you go. When the shooting range guy handed her a rifle, Mion looked it over intently. She didn't forget to check the cork bullet either. Okay, this gun is brand new, isn't it? No faults? Not bad. Mion raised the gun in one swift motion. It was completely different from her careful inspection. She was shooting from the hip. Okay. Fire. Reload. Fire. Reload. Fire. Flop. Flop, flop. 3 candy boxes fell, one after the other. A big haul. The crowd paused in a moment of awe, and then it erupted in cheers. Whoa! Awesome! That was quite good. Tomitaki-san was at a loss for words after seeing such shooting prowess. Amazing, Michan. 33. Her accuracy was incredible. Her choice of targets wasn't bad either. The 3 Mion had gone after were fairly large and pretty easy to knock over. They were all targets with a very high return on investment. Who's up next? Satsuko? Careful, the bullets are light. Next was Satsuko. The rifle looked a bit big for her little body. For her light body, it's a weird adjective. But it didn't seem like she had any problem with the weight. Of course, I shall aim for the grand prize. She proclaimed that as that she was going after the teddy bear. Damn, Satsuko. Such a bold move. The moment she knocks it over, she's guaranteed to be in first. Good luck, Satsuko-chan. Satsuko was the opposite of Mion. She aimed at the target quite carefully and squeezed the trigger. Bah, these bullets are too light. The first 2 bullets struck the bear in the torso, but it only shifted a bit. You need to aim higher towards the head, or it won't work. Satsuko's 3rd bullet wasn't aimed at the bear, but at the candy box below its arm. I hate to say it, but it appears the bear is just too much for me. She went boldly after a big catch, but since she switched over to a less impressive play at the last second, the crowd only gave a strained laugh. Were they laughing because she lacked the courage? These fools know nothing. Fine attempt, Satsuko. You've gotten better. The palm of Mion's outstretched hands went pump as she tapped down lightly on Satsuko. She appeared to be just talking hot air, but this was actually completely calculated. Damn that Satsuko. Just to avoid being in last place, she dared to switch over to an easy target. Without shame or honor. Magnificent. Well played. I'll let you take the bear, Rina-san. I pray for your victory. Okay. Thank you so much, Sakutogo-chan. Oh, Bear-san, so cute. Reina was up next. She couldn't hit the broadside of a barn as a regular Reina, but she said that bear was cute. I wonder how Reina-chan will do. I hope she's able to hit at least one. You're underestimating Reina, Tomitaki-san. It's Reina, you know. It's Reina Ryugo, you know. If it was to get that teddy bear, whoa. Tomitaki-san wheeled around to see what all the commotion the spectators making was about. If it was to get that bear, she'd be able to shoot through a pinhole. One known as Rina Ryugu could do it. Shaking. It's shaking. How cute. Reina couldn't hide her excitement over the bear's slow rocking. Now Reina couldn't lose. Not bad, Reina-san. The less collected you become, the stronger you get. Wubba! Whoa! Another big cheer. Reina's bullet hit the bear's forehead again. Not enough. The bear seemed to wobble more than before. But it might not be possible. You never know. With Rina-chan's skill, it might be... While Tomitaki-san was just as excited as the crowd, Rika-chan's analysis was not swayed by emotion. If Rin had 10 more shots, then she could surely knock it over. But with just one more, no matter how you look at it, no go. Oh, whoa. The crowd let out a dejected groan. She had shot her right in the forehead 3 times. It was a bit late, but they gave her a good round of applause for the attempt. GG. Oh, Bear-san, take him home. Oh. She should be praised for her valor, but she had no trophies to show for it. Then, at that moment, the old man flicked one of the candy boxes with his finger and handed it to Reina. This is for you, little lady. Huh? You're giving this to me? How? The gods wouldn't forgive me if I let you go home empty-handed after such a display. There was another shower of applause. Reina turned bright red and I pulled her back over to us by her hand. You did a good job. Your cute mode really surprised me. I really wanted Mr. Bear. Well, it was easy to see that it only needed a little more to be knocked over. Reina had done quite a lot for me. I still needed to pay her back for that delicious picnic. Alright then I'll get it and give it to you. What? Tomitaki-san has stolen the words right out of my mouth. What a Giga Chad. Okay. Please, Tomitaki-san. Good luck. Damn you, old man Tomitaki. Feeling the good parts for yourself? A small hand stretched over and fell gently on my head just before I was overcome with frustration. You keep on fighting too, Kichi, okay? Tomitaki-san carefully studied the bear. Setting his sights, he shouldered the rifle while holding the other 2 shots in his hand. Why is he doing that? Yes, no doubt. Tomitaki-san is aiming for... Pwop! Wabba! Kapow! Time between shots was short. It was meaningless to shoot again once it stopped shaking. So, Tomitaki-san was relying on rapid fire to win the battle. It was visibly wobbling much more than I'd ever before. But that was all. It still didn't fall over. Oh, too bad. All of Reina's momentary expectation from watching it sway violently turned into a dejected sigh. I really thought it would work. Whoa. It seems that since you're a man, you will not be receiving any candy. That was it. I meant Tomitaki-san had no spoils of war. Oh, sorry. So both Kichi and Rika-chan can just shoot down to a small, easy prize and avoid being dead last. Avoid being a loser, huh? Oh, sorry about that. It's your turn next, Kichi-kun. Best of luck. I was the 5th shooter. I took the rifle from Tomitaki-san. If I took the ruthless route, as Mion had suggested, then I'd go for a small target. Except, when I picked up the rifle, I definitely got a feeling from it. It was burning passion. Passed down to me by Tomitaki-san. The regret of not being man enough to fell the bear that Reina wanted. Yes, that's right. If I didn't aim for the bear, then I wouldn't be a man. After all, that was my promise to Reina. She didn't hear it, but that was my promise. Huh? What promise? What? Shoot down that bear, then give it to Reina. That one. You mean how? The crowd went wild when they saw our conversation. Woo! Cool, Oni-chan, yay. You got balls, man. Big balls. That's not it, fine men of the crowd. If I didn't do this, then Reina might mug the old man running the stall on his way home. Fair point. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. Why can't I just express my honest feelings? Just take the W, dude. Kiichi-kan surely talks the talk, but how do you actually tend to bring down that bear? Reina and Tomitaki-san's shot didn't make it tilt a bit, but I think finishing the job would be difficult. Kiichi-kun, if only there was some way to shoot faster, I'd be able to pile more power on that sway from each hit. Good luck, Kiichi-kun. After taking 2 deep breaths, I shouted over to the guy. 2 more rifles. Huh? The crowd murmured amongst themselves. It's not a bad idea. Pretty smart. I wonder what Kiichi-kun is up to. One person can't handle 3 rifles at once. I get it. Nice thinking, Kiichan. Mion was able to figure it out magnificently. Basically, what was taking most time was reloading the shot. That's right. Then, by putting 3 preloaded rifles next to each other, Tomitaki-san went silent, peering at me and the bear through his lens. His photographer's blood predicted a miracle would occur. And then the crowd finally picked up on what I was planning. Let out a great cheer. They chanted my name. Oh, Kiichi. Rapid fire is the key. If I missed, all is for naught. After letting out a deep breath, I paused. Relax. Okay. That moment, it felt like time itself had stopped. Got a little weird there. I felt like I could see the trajectory of the bullets. Hit it. And knock it down. The first shot hit the bear on its head. The second. The third. The bear swayed hard. And then... This music is so fucking creepy. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. The cheers began before the stuffed animal even finished falling off the shelf. The guy caught it before it hit the ground and tossed it over to me. You actually knocked it over. You got me. Amazing. Congratulations, Kiichi-kun. Kiichi-san has finally learned how to use his head. I see you in a slightly better light now. I didn't do it all by myself. Everyone hit it, and those small bits together brought it down. This trophy belongs to all of us. Right, this is from all of us working together. Me didn't hit it a single time. Yuck. After pulling up the teddy bear like it was a championship trophy, I handed it to Reina. Here. This is from me. No. From everyone. Thanks for always making your delicious lunches. Reina, thinking she was never actually going to get it, was momentarily speechless. I can't, Kichi-kun. This is everyone's after all. How? In that case, I was the one who knocked it down. And it's mine. It's mine! So I'm giving it to Reina. I pushed the stuffed animal towards her again. This time, she braced and accepted it. You've watched out for me ever since I moved here after all. Right-clicked by accident. I'm really grateful, you see. Thanks a lot. How? Kichi-kun. Thanks so much. Reina dove at me. Mion told me a few days later that Reina kissed me, but I didn't realize it during all the excitement at the time. I remembered what I was trying to say to Tomitaki-san earlier. There really isn't much of anything here, but there are lots of things you can't find anywhere else. I gained a lot from coming to Hinamizawa, especially at that moment. The crowd cheers echoed on and on. From the altar set up in front of the shrine, the drums sounded with a booming echo. It was the finale of the festival. I'll be going off then. Uh-oh. I need to go and get myself a good spot too. Well then, everyone, see you in a bit. Both Rika-chan and Tomitaki-san gave their farewells and disappeared into the crowd. I wish both of you the best in your endeavors. Now, shall we be off? Yeah, might as well go see Rika-chan's charming figure. Let's go. Yep. Where's Reina? What are you doing? Kichi-kun. Mi-chan, save me. Since she was carrying such a ridiculously large stuffed animal, she was being carried by the flow of the people. What is she doing? She must have her hands full taking care of that bear. So, I'll leave Reina in your care, Kichi-chan. I have my hands full taking care of Satoko. Who would want to be looked after by you, Mion-san? Ouch. Please don't pull on my arm. Before losing sight of Mion, I grabbed the back of Reina's collar. Kichi-kun, not there. Don't grab me there. Oh, where are you grabbing her, dude? Always so bossy. Where can I grab then? How? I didn't feel ashamed at all. Reina was ashamed enough for the both of us. I grabbed onto Reina's hand and dashed after Mion and the others. We're gonna be late. Let's hurry up. Yeah. I hadn't realized Reina's hand was so delicate. Maybe she needed a bit more exercise and nutrition. That wasn't what I meant, not at all. My ears burned. I tried to keep calm. I repeated the phrase, keep it together, Kichi Mabara, in my mind, but it didn't look like I was able to anytime soon. I really didn't want Reina to see my face right then, so I pushed onwards, dragging her along without looking back even once. No more agua. There's already a huge group of people gathered at the altar in front of the shrine. The fire at the altar made it as bright as midday and just as hot. There was a pile of futons warded with sanctified rope in front of the altar. Come to think of it, they did say it was a festival where they did something with cotton and futons. Kichi-san, Reina-san, we're over here. Satsuko waved her hand from the front row. Sorry. Making her way through the mass of people, reached the spot they'd save. How was it? Were you able to have a little bit of excitement with Reina? You punk! So that's what your plan was. Instead of replying, Mion gave us a perverse grin. How was it, Reina? Was Ki-chan's hand bigger than you thought it would be? How? Reina turned bright red, puffs of steam shooting out of her. Heard something slice through the air and went around to see a Mion on the ground with a welt on her face. Mion, when were you hit? Between the ha and O of her how, I think. Reina, it's not good to punch your friends to hide your embarrassment. I didn't hit her. Whatever. How? Thump. The thunderous beat of the drum echoed, silencing the crowd. You must all be quiet. It's beginning. It was a solemn ritual. Ooh, little misters. Rika-chan entered dressed as a shrine maiden, followed by members of the municipal committee. The elders all looked at Rika-chan and clasped her hands in praise. The only thing allowed to disturb the profound silence was a flash from Tomitaka's camera. What's the big thing Rika-chan is holding? Oh, that's used for this festival. It's a sacred farming tool that only the shrine maiden may touch. It was an awkward shape for a piece of farm equipment, not uncommon for something used in rituals. After reciting a Shinto prayer, Rika-chan approached the pile of futons gathered at the altar. She swung the hoe skillfully, plowing it into the futons. Each and every little moment of this performance probably had to be done in a certain way. Without a doubt, this was a ritual. What's next? Airing out futons? She's purifying futons that absorb illness from the people over the winter. So, when Ki-chan said airing out futons, he wasn't completely wrong. Rika-chan's face was already dripping with sweat. That hoe was probably really heavy. She staggered side to side with the momentum of each swing. Satsuko looked on, silently lending her support. Worried? Rika practiced every single day with the mochi hammer. She will certainly prevail. Satsuko's hands were sweaty, and whenever Rika-chan started to sweat a little, she held her breath. Why wasn't Mion a candidate to be the shrine maiden? It feels wrong having Rika-chan swing around something so heavy. I'd do it if they'd ask me, you know. And well, it's not something just anyone can do. That's true. Shrine names me to be pure after all. Mion drove her elbow into my side. With the thud of the big drum. Yo, Xenobarian. Thank you so much for the follow. Uh-oh. I think I didn't realize the alert was above the was below the thing. Let me get that right. Here we go. All right. Sorry about that. But thank you so much for the follow, Xenobarian. With the thud of the big drum, Rika-chan gave a solemn bow and descended from the altar. That triggered a round of generous applause. Hi. Hey man, how are you? Hope we're doing good. We're at a festival. Doing a little prayer. After the Shinto priests had raised up the cleansed futons like a portable altar, all the spectators stood up. Following after the priests, we all marched on at a moderate pace. They descended the shrine's giant stairs in a line. What's happening now? Washing the futons in the river? You almost have 69. Nice. Getting there. Slowly but surely. Appreciate the support from everybody, honestly. Watsunagashi means settled in cotton drift, you know. The procession continued right up to the bank of the stream. Have you read or seen Higurashi before, Xeno? Just out of curiosity. I'm going into this completely blind, so I don't even know what's going to happen. Our fire was stoked high, and it was bright as day here too. People started crowding around it and clamoring. Higurashi go. Oh, okay. That different series or Not a different series, but like a different line, I guess, of series. I don't know how to pronounce it. I have a hoodie and backpack. Alright. I got a fan in the chat. That's what's up. Alright, get in line. Line up, Kichikun. I wonder what was up. Maybe we get some holy wine. Red and white bean buns? It's not food. I said it was cotton. Ah, but of course. They didn't call it Watsunagashi for nothing. Finally understood. The municipal committee members pulled out the cotton from inside the futons and bottled it up like mochi, handing it out to people. Rena dove into the line and brought out some for me as well. We then proceeded to the bank of the stream. Since it's your first time, Kichikun, just copy what I do. She held the cotton in her right hand, waving her hand as if to purify it. She touched it to her forehead, chest, navel, and both thighs. I was matched me on as Shion, so do quote me on that. I will. It's forever embedded in chat. You do this 3 times, and silently give thanks to Oyashiro. Oyashiro-sama. What's that? The name of the shrine god? Don't I mean what? Yes. It's the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. It brings about both miracles and curses. So you must be sure to respect. That sounded like a pretty frightening god. But well, when in Rome, I was officially a resident of Hinamizawa now after all. Don't, you're on that, okay. Trying to decipher what you're saying. After all, okay. Quote. Oh, don't quote you, okay. Well, I already quoted you, so it's too late now. Doing as Reina showed me, I chucked the cotton over myself 3 times. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Thank you. Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama. All the evil that possesses you is sucked out by the cotton. Then you let it gently drift away in the stream, and you're done. Together, Reina and I set our pieces of cotton afloat on the surface of the water. The flowers of cotton blooming in the water had sucked out all the evil festering in Hinamizawa and drifted off, disappearing into the distance. It was wonderful, like those floating lantern festivals I'd seen on TV. The best part, though, was feeling like this rite of passage had made me a true resident of Hinamizawa. Higurashi when they cry. Iue is a waifu. Iwa Higurashi Gao. I don't know. Hopefully it's not TOS. Higurashi Gao. Okay, I see where you're getting from. That purple hair, I get it. I'll look it up off the off monitor. While staring off into the stream, I somehow got separated from Reina. It wasn't very lonely though. I know this place now. This is where I live. My home. It's probably better if I just stayed here instead of wandering around aimlessly. Someone would surely find me while I was enjoying the evening breeze. I heard a familiar voice. It was Tomitaki-san's. I headed towards it. How did it go, Tomitaki-san? Were you able to get some good shots? Yeah, fortunately. Tomitaki-san was with a girl. I felt a little like I was intruding. How was it, Kichikun? Who are you? Trying to think of a good voice to give you. Did you enjoy the festival? From the way she spoke, it seemed like she was a resident of Hinamizawa. Seemed like a good streamer, definitely look forward to future streams. Yeah. Thank you, man, appreciate it. Yeah, I usually do, Osu, but occasionally I do a Higurashi. I am trying to branch out a little bit, but it's mainly Osu and this little visual novel. I didn't realize how long it would be. I'm still in chapter 1 after, like, what? 5-6 hours? But, I mean, I heard it was good. I didn't watch the anime either, so I'm curious to see where it goes. I really should try hard to remember people's faces here. What was her name? Well, it was fun. My face must have given away how desperately I was trying to remember her name, because she gave a lighthearted chuckle. It's probably because it has been long since you moved here. Hold on. Alright, I'll give you a little Discord right here, in case you wanna... Oh shit, okay, I guess the command doesn't work. Hold on. Give me my... Something gotta fix. Pow. There we go. It's pretty hard to believe, seeing how friendly you've gotten with the other kids. If that's how it looked, it was probably all thanks to Rina and Mion. Perhaps you feel more like a resident of Hinamizawa after taking part in the festival today. I wonder about that. Oh, that's not like you. I had tried to get used to Hinamizawa, but there were still plenty of things I didn't know. The faces of people I'd met, for example. Things that happened in the past as well. Oh, you're feeling left out because of something like that? It's not so much as feeling left out. It's just... I'm not sure how to say it. I will on Christmas when I get a new phone. My Discord phone verification not working. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. Maybe we're always welcome to on stream though. That's another thing. When I'm reading, I get a little tongue tied too. So forgive me for that. The incident at the dam construction site, the fighting over it, and the other conflicts. That terrible incident pretended they didn't even know about whenever I brought it up. Even though it was in the past, as someone living in Hinamizawa, it wasn't wrong to want to know about both the good and the bad that had happened here. If it will put you at ease, then I'll tell you everything I know. The Discord server has over 100 people. That's what's up. Congrats. Tomitaki-san's smile made me even more relieved than I've ever been. It's hard to think of what to ask when someone said, "Ask me anything," though. What do you do on Discord server? It's just like a general hangout. Even when there was so much I wanted to ask. Then, could you tell me about what happened when the dam was being constructed? There was a big incident where Hinamizawa was going to be submerged, right? Yep, okay, yeah, I figured. That's cool, though. I think the locals will be more knowledgeable about the dam than I am. Well, if you don't mind, I'll tell you about what I know. It's only what I read in the newspaper, though. Tomitaki's eyes entered an unfocused gaze as he searched through his memory. Then he spoke. Oof. The decision to start the dam project was finalized 7 or 8 years ago. I heard it was the next major project after Kurube. There were 3 major issues in Japan at that time. Improving inter-island transportation infrastructure, meeting the higher demand for electricity, and flood control. That's when I started to be active, so over time I grew it. Yeah, it's sort of like the plan. Kind of just grows over time, slowly. Never a fast thing. There was a boom of a dam building due to the massive economic stimulus they provided on top of generating electricity and flooding control. A lot of people. Yeah. Hinamizawa had the right conditions to support dam construction, so it was singled out. The dam reservoir would have covered quite a lot of ground with it when it was completed. The entire area, right up to Yaguchi way upstream, would be underwater. But why did they have to pick a populated area like Hinamizawa? Couldn't they have instead picked a place where nobody lived? Not really sure why, but heard that it was just the right terrain for building a dam. Of course, there were protests here in Hinamizawa. Rika-chan had said there was a battle. From that choice of words, had to guess things had turned violent. There was a trial, and it was even brought up for a national diet. It was covered in the Tokyo papers, too. Mion had told me all about that as well. I'm sure every resident of Hinamizawa had united to fight together. The feeling of solidarity found here, which could not be expressed properly with mere words, was likely brought about by that battle. As a result, bribery and scandals were brought to light. As things got more and more complicated, they eventually halted construction. If I wanted to know, now is my only chance to ask. It was certainly a bizarre incident that boys my age would be curious about. I felt a little shame from the fact that I was petty enough to have my curiosity piqued by Reina and Mion's refusal to talk about the event. But I figured I might as well ask since I had the chance. Just so I would stop thinking about it so much. So, there was a dismemberment, right? There was. I happened to be here in Hanamizawa at the time, so I remember it well. Tomitake-san's answer was nonchalant in contrast to my hesitantly forced out question. It was about this time, 4 years ago. It was the day of the Watanagashi, if I recall correctly. Debate on whether to continue construction on the dam was in disarray. Scandal after scandal rocked the project near the end. The incident that was the final nail in the coffin for the dam project. A fight at the dam construction site ended in the victim being murdered. During prosecution, the 6 assailants divided the remains into 6 pieces and hit each one. 5 of the 6 criminals turned themselves in out of guilt, but 1 was still on the run. The right arm he'd hit had yet to be found. The major details lined up with what was in the tabloid I read earlier. It certainly was a tragic incident, but it wasn't so terrible that Reina and Mion needed to hide it from me. I guess they didn't want someone who just moved to here to have a negative impression of Hinamizawa. I felt grateful for having friends who worried so much about me, as well as shame for still being so interested in it. It was near the end of all the trouble with the dam, you see. So everyone was saying that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. Oyashiro-sama's curse. Huh. Oyashiro-sama was the name of the god at the shrine that held the festival today, if I recall correctly. I see. Their guardian deity rained divine punishment down on the evil dam construction for trying to flood Hinamizawa. Apparently, the younger one didn't think so. But it seems the elderly in the village never doubted that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The one with Tomitake said with a mischievous chuckle. Tomitake-san began laughing with her. It was so infectious that I ended up laughing as well. Ooh, okay. But I wonder about now. There are quite a few, I think. Amongst the youth, too. A few what? People who believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman's lips were still curled into a smile. Her expression turned stern. Then after that, it continued every year. Always around this time. Continued? What continued? Tomitake-san paused for a second as to build up some suspense. Then he whispered to me, as if someone might have been listening. Every year, on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody dies. The year following the dismemberment, on the day of the Watanagashi. Ooh, little goosebumps there. Okay. A man from Hinamizawa who had supported the dam fell off a cliff overlooking some rapids and died while he was on vacation. Unfortunately for his wife, the body was never recovered. He supported the dam construction even though he lived in Hinamizawa. At the time, there were whispers among the elderly saying it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman chuckled mischievously again. Then the next year, the night of the Watanagashi, the shrine Shinto priest died suddenly from an unknown illness. His wife drowned herself in the bog that night. The shrine Shinto priest? You mean he was from the shrine here? The woman nodded. There was a rumor amongst the villagers that they weren't able to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger. Then the year after that, again on the night of the Watanagashi, they discovered the battered body of a local housewife. A housewife? Up until now, all these mysterious deaths were people involved with the dam or who had been connected with Oyashiro-sama. With that in mind, could the housewife have been involved in some way too? Exactly, the woman stated shyly. No, it was more menacingly. One of the victim's relatives, you see, was connected to the younger brother of the dam supporter who fell to his death 2 years before. The younger brother is still alive, it seems, but it did bother him quite a bit, so moved to the neighboring town. For a while, I stood there with my mouth agape. The battle of the dam's construction, with Hanamizawa's future at stake, and the murder at the center of it all. That was all I knew, and that was all I wanted to ask about. But that wasn't all there was to the story. Homicide, body disposal, accidental deaths, terminal illness, suicide, fatal beatings. I'm a pretty level-headed person. I don't really want to believe in curses, but the freakish deaths happen every year on the day of the Watanagashi, and all of them were related to the dam construction. It was easy to dismiss each of them as coincidences by themselves, but when you put them all together, dismissing all of them as coincidence would then defy logic. I don't believe in curses, but every single year on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody or something makes it happen without fail. The woman chuckled again, as if she picked up on what I was thinking. I felt like she was saying, maybe there was, maybe we frightened them. Stuff like that. I felt embarrassed at being read so easily. A bit of impatience and irritation in my tone. Then, so someone died next year, right? Who was it that time? I wonder, who do you think, Kiichi-kun? The hell? The way he said it didn't agree with me. The sarcastic tone ticked me off. Don't avoid the question. I'm serious here. Hey, calm down, Kiichi-kun. I realized when she tried to calm me down that I had been panicking. We aren't trying to avoid the question, Kiichi-kun. It's just, when you say the next year, that's today. Ooh, shit. Okay. Oh boy. When she hesitated to say it, Tomitaki-san finished for her. I broke into a cold sweat. I really didn't like the direction this was headed. Ooh, okay. Starting to get into like the horror part of it. Nobody wants to speak of it, but they all think it's going to happen again tonight. The festival is so cheerful, though. Well, the victim last year, the housewife, she was a non-believer. It turns out she didn't even attend the Watanagashi festival. There was a rumor going around that if you didn't participate in the festival, you would incur Oyosharu-sama's wrath. Didn't you hear anything about this, Kiichi-kun? Never even heard a whisper of that rumor. Then the reason everyone was at the festival was they were afraid of the curse? I figured that must have been the reason. There were a lot more people at the Watanagashi than usual. I guess everyone was just afraid after all of Oyashiro-sama's curse. I couldn't utter a single word. In this modern age, where we made progress in all scientific fields, shedding a light on the unknown and misunderstood, the black and white television had been eradicated, we've been sent men to the moon. Even with all our accomplishments, this can exist in modern society. Tons of invitations were sent out to neighboring towns, youth groups to help pad the numbers. But after that string of events, few decided to join. The municipal committee members were complaining about how hard it was to gather participants. Also, the police are treating each case as isolated. They don't believe they're connected. They're trying to keep it quiet so it's all plainclothes officers. It finally began to dawn on me why Reina and Mion were reluctant to talk. If nothing happened during this with Watanagashi, everything would have been over with and I'd be none the wiser. If nothing happened, all would be well. In that case, it would all end up being just crazy talk. I should have just pretended like I knew nothing from the beginning. Then they wouldn't have had to act like nothing happened. And we would have all gotten back to life as usual. Maybe it was just too much for them after all. The woman ran her fingers through her hair as she sighed. No, it wasn't. Not at all. I had tried to act strong, but that just served to emphasize how much information had unsettled me. After seeing how I looked, Tomitaki-san appeared to regret saying anything. Letting out a sigh, he then spoke, forcing an awkward, upbeat demeanor. Ichikun, surely you don't believe in such thing as curses. Well, no. If the cause of all those crimes were unknown, with the perpetrators and their methods all mysteries, then I would think it's the work of a curse. But that's not how things are in reality. The police are investigating the evidence of suspects to uncover the truth. Hearing him say police made me feel a lot better. It was perfect for repelling the word curse. The first one, dismemberment, for example. I told you, didn't I? All but one of the perpetrators were arrested. It's only a matter of time for the last one. The motive turned out to have been an argument they had while intoxicated. That's no curse. Don't you agree? That was true. If it didn't happen on the day of the Watanagashi, then I wouldn't think it was related to the curse at all. The accidental death of the man who supported the dam is the same. He was in a position that made others hate him. The police made a point of investigating from that angle. They concluded it was an accident, not foul play. But they both happened on the day of the festival, right? Just think about it, Kichi-kun. Do you think people with a lot of enemies here in Hinamizawa could participate easily in a local festival? It would be especially hard for them to be around during the Watanagashi. So they probably left Hinamizawa intentionally around the time of the year to travel, don't you think? It wasn't a very clear explanation, but I sort of understood what Tomisaki-san was getting at. So I pressed on earnestly, asking more questions so that I could convince myself. Then, Tomitaki-san, what about the priest who died after that? The one with the unknown illness. That also happened on the day of the festival. It's even easier to explain what happened to the Shinto priest. The Watanagashi is a really big event that happens once a year. It's probably from all the built-up stress. Or it may have been because of a pre-existing condition. And it was an unknown illness. It's hard to believe something with an unknown cause could exist with all our advances in medicine. It's just an exaggeration. Rumors make rumors. Anyone would get worked up over having incidents happen 2 years in a row. The sudden death is quite unnatural, though. Of course, the police ordered an autopsy because of the strange way he died. But there wasn't enough for them to open a full investigation, you know? Turns out, it was just a sudden death due to illness. The priest's wife committed suicide, correct? What about that? I believe I'd already explained that. Everyone was shaken up by the incidents happening for a third year. Those who are of a strong faith were quick to believe it was the work of the curse. Of course, that included the priest's wife. So like a sacrifice? Apparently, they found a suicide note that said something like, "My death will quell Oyashiro-sama's anger." Well then, how about the next incident with the housewife? That happened on the day of the Watanagashi too. The perpetrator has already been caught and the case has been closed. Turns out it was just some nutjob trying to continue the legacy of the Hinamizawa curse. Then how about the incident the next year? Oh yeah, this year is the next year. Tomitaki-san gave a hearty laugh. Nothing will happen. Not this year. There was never a curse to begin with. It's just that a group of people believed it was the explanation for a string of coincidences. My internal computer finally got itself back on track. Felt a bit embarrassed by how childish I'd become after losing control and panicking. I can see clearly now that Kichi-kun really does love Hinamizawa. Even if Yoshiro-sama's curse actually did exist. Kichi-kun couldn't bring himself to believe that such a thing existed. I felt very relieved. I should probably just forget everything I'd heard tonight. I'll get Rina and me on tomorrow with the same smile as always. They'd probably also like tonight to end without incident, so they can continue on tomorrow without having worried me. Perhaps seeing my change in attitude, the woman who had been listening and stretched as she got up from the rock she was sitting on. Well then, I should be getting back. Goodness, I think it may have gone a bit too long. There were so few people compared to the crowd from before. I can only make out a few groups of families enjoying the cool evening air. I looked at my watch. It seemed we talked for a better part of an hour. Didn't you come along with your friends, Kichi-kun? Not going to look for them? Oh yeah, they might all be looking for me. You're quite the scoundrel, making girls look for you. See you, Kichi-kun. Have a nice night. You too, Jiro-san. I'll see you a bit later. Tomitaki seems to be quite the scoundrel himself, so his name is Jiro. After dusting off her backside, she disappeared into the crowd of people so busy cleaning up the shrine grounds. Alright, looking massive switch in tone. Whew, man. God, I think someone's gonna die. Just a matter of who. Kichi-kun. So sorry. In her place, Reina came crawling over. I could see all the others behind her. Speak of the devil. My bad, Ki-chan. We got so caught up in our discussion. I completely forgot about them while caught up in my own conversation, so we were even. Heh, so Tomitaki-san was with you. This works out perfectly. We still need to settle the shooting gallery competition. That's right. So I guess we're gonna end up dead last. Alright, what's your punishment, dude? In the end, after my dramatic victory, Rika-chan was the last challenger, but there weren't many targets left. The ones remaining were all tiny and difficult to hit. She did take her time and aim, but all 3 shots completely missed. So, she was to end up sharing the loser's crowd with Tomitaki-san. Big sag. However, she did her little mewing cry in front of the owner, and he turned to mush instantly. She was given a pack of gum as a consolation prize. Her methods were a bit audacious, but she did avoid being a loser rather magnificently. Come to think of it, Rika-chan is quite the trickster. A little bit of a weasel. I have no idea what Ki-chan is talking about. Now then, it's decided that Tomitaki-san is dead last. Everyone cheered and applauded. Tomitaki-san smiled wryly, slightly bewildered. So, Tomitaki-san, are you ready? Penalty time. Huh? Oh, I completely forgot about that. You're too naive, Tomitaki-san. This is where our club can never lose. Mion pulled a felt-tip marker from her pocket. Oh, is that... Show him some mercy, Mion. At least use a wasp marker. Our permanent one is too harsh. It just has to be permanent. It comes off when you do laundry anyway. Whoa, what is this? Please take it easy on me. All of us pinned his arms behind his back, and Mion approached him with the marker in one hand. And script. But she didn't write on Tomitaki's face. She wrote on the shirt he was wearing. What would you write? You'd better have your big break this year, Mion. Well, that's nice. Reina took up the marker next. Show me your photos next time, okay? Reina. It was a little heartwarming, and I just had to laugh. Haha, this is more like a farewell card than a penalty. Ho, I'm not as soft as the rest. I'll make sure this is a proper penalty. Haha, dead last, Satsuko. Try harder next time, Rika. Here you go, Kichi-san. I couldn't decide what to write, but based on what kind of penalty this was probably the most appropriate. Come back and play again, Kichi. Tomitaki-san was silent the entire time. At first, he was quite bewildered, but now he had a different look on his face. So, I have to wear this all the way back to Tokyo as part of the penalty? Of course, you better wear it all the way home. You could wear it when you come back. It would be nice. He appeared deeply moved. Embarrassment mixed with a wealth of other emotions made him turn bright red. Understood. I'll wear this the next time I come here. I promise. Everyone cheered and applauded. It was the finest parting gift possible for a buddy heading out tonight. I saw the woman who was with Tomitaki-san standing near the festival grounds. It seems Tomitaki-san noticed her too, and knew it was time to leave. Seems like your guest is waiting. Isn't it about time? Yeah, that's certainly how it seems. Tomitaki-san headed off towards her and seemed to apologize for making her wait. We all shouted stuff at Tomitaki-san. Each time he did, he looked back and waved his hand. Eventually, he faded into the darkness of night, out of sight. It was quite the casual farewell. This wasn't the first time any of us had seen someone off. He had done the same thing many times before. He's gone. Well, it's about time we took off too. Rika-chan had to stay behind with the other committee members, since they were having a meeting. Satsuko was tagging along with her. I headed back home with the usual suspects. Walk back was quite lively, with talk of the day's war stories. Should have done this, should have done that kind of stuff. Reina and I parted ways with Mion, and then it was just the two of us. Then we got to my house and I parted ways with Reina as well. It's already pretty late. Are you alright by yourself? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It's close. I'm gonna run too. If you run into some weirdo, just yell. If someone does come, will you come and save me? Maybe? Maybe? If I hear you. Oh, okay. I'll scream loud enough so you can hear me. Merrily spinning her arms around at high speed, Reina dashed off. She was fine. In that mode, not even an adult could stand against her. Reina's cheerful presence disappeared, and it finally became quiet again. The curse that not a single person even whispered about. The more I learned about it tonight, the more unsettling it became. It didn't show in any of their faces, but they were probably all quite concerned about it as well. But if nothing happens tonight, then it all ends up being just crazy talk. Nothing will happen, nothing bad, nothing at all. Oh, something bad's gonna happen, isn't it? What's wrong, Kichi? Why are you standing in a place like that? Go inside, you'll catch a cold. It was my mom. Did you go, Mom? To the Watanagashi festival? In your van, your father didn't wake up, so I missed it. A little disappointing. Mom stuck her tongue out with a bit of an embarrassed look on her face. Oh, okay. Whew. Let's say. Ugh. Higurashi when they cry. We're going to tips now. Your tips. Mr. and Mrs. Huju's falling incident. Terminal illness. Alright, I think after these tips, probably on stream. There are like 4 of them though, so. Alright, falling incident. This is the first one, I believe. From the June 1980 edition. On the afternoon of, at 2 p.m., office employee and his wife of Hinamazawa village in Shishibone Prefecture disappeared after falling 27 meters from the observatory platform in Shirakawa Prefecture. Police and firefighters searched downstream and discovered the body of at around 7 p.m. that evening. His wife has yet to be found. The search had run into difficulties due to the effects of Typhoon 3 from the previous day. It appeared a railing at the observatory that them leaned on had broken, causing them to fall. The groundskeeping staff was questioned and the police in regards to facility deterioration, and if park maintenance was performed properly. Okay, that was short. Terminal illness of the priest is next. From the June 1981 edition. On the afternoon of, at around 10 p.m. in the district of Hinamizawa village in Shishibone Prefecture, the Shinto priest of Furude Shrine passed away after an existing condition he was recovering from suddenly worsened. Parties close to the deceased said he was suffering from anxiety issues concerning the festival, which was to be held that day. Also, after death and wife went missing, leaving behind a farewell note. The police and local youth association continued the search. However, given the presence of the farewell message and the fact that the Onigafuchi marsh is said to be bombless, they have run into difficulties. House life at murder. It wasn't reported in the newspaper. Okay. Radio log. This is Okinomiya Station, calling Unit 3. Unit 3, please respond. This is Unit 3. Loud and clear. Backup's heading your way. Hold position until further instructions. Over. Roger. User Unit 3 acknowledged. Requesting no headlights. Requesting radio silence. Station. The doctor has arrived. They want to carry it away. What's the order? Over. Acknowledged. Leave it to the doctor. A-perm. Understood. Backup has arrived. Shouldn't we let them take a photo first? I think the Vic is done for. Alright. Give us a nice little save-a-do. Chapter 6. And yeah, I'm gonna call it. That's something I forget, like reading. Be a little bit tiring too. I actually want to know a little bit longer than my usual streams. How many viewers do we have? 3? We'll probably read another stream. Who do we raid though? Get this out the way, then put the screen back on. Boop, boop. Twitch. Who would be streaming right now? Got Zone, Ombre, Milk Tea, Tinkle, Puss. You know what? I'm feeling. Just got here. Didn't see a live message. How's the program working? The program was working fine when I tested it yesterday. I didn't test it today because I was reading Higurashi, but actually the program works fucking fantastically. Thank you for that. Trying to figure out who to raid next. Just finish chapter 6. But if you miss it, then it's gonna be in Twitch, the Twitch the VODs. You can take a look at it. Guess Zone. Why not? All right, had a great time, had a blast, and until next time, see ya later.
Nocturnus. Welcome to Zone Stream. 357 Sneak. Welcome to Zone Stream. Close who just hit us with a zone raid, bringing in 4 new viewers. They have raided us 2 times so far.